Good evening and welcome to this review of some Skytrex 15mm late war British infantry figures that I bought recently. Spoken to the owner of Skytrex, and he's happy for me to do a quick video showcasing his miniatures. What I'm going to do is a Canadian force for 1944, modelled on the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division. What I've ordered is a platoon's worth of figures to start off with, and a few support weapons as well. So what we've got here, this first pack is the platoon command pack. So in there you've got the platoon commander. There he is. I apologise for the light. There he is there with his pistol. They're really finely cast figures. There's a couple of little mould lines and things that you need to file off, but nothing that's a showstopper, nothing that's unusual really. All metal figures that I've had these mould lines and things on. So I think they're really detailed and well proportioned as well. Yeah, so there's a platoon commander, and with him you've got where is it? There he is. So there's a Piat. So in the pack you get a Piat team. There's a Piat loader. There he is. Okay, so there's a Piat there and his loader. There's another guy there, another officer speaking into a radio. And to go with him, there's another guy who's kneeling down with a radio on his back. You can have those two guys together. So just in those parts there, you've got enough for battle group for the platoon HQ. So you get the 5-man command section. So you get the officer and his two guys and the Piat team. And then what you can also have is a light mortar team, or a light mortar. So that's a 2-inch mortar, as you can see there, really finely cast figure, hardly any cleanup required. There's a little bit of a mould line there just on the mortar barrel, nothing that 2 seconds with a file won't cure. Yeah, so there's the 2-inch mortar, and with him you've got his ammunition carrier, or his number 2. You also get an option for a different number 2 who's stood up carrying the ammunition there. So you have a bit of a spare there. And also, what I reckon is probably the platoon sergeant. Stood there, he's got his submachine gun slung over his shoulder. He's pointing, probably gobbing at somebody. And another officer there with the binos. So you've got a couple of spares in there as well. So there's enough there for the platoon HQ, including the light mortar and the Piat, and a few spares as well. So if you want to make an observer team or whatever later down the line, you've got a few spare command figures there. So that's the command pack. 10 figures, all different. Happy with those. So the first section I've got, I'll show you the rifle section, providing cover and fire. Now again, all these figures are different. It's really impressive. Let's show you the Bren gunner there. He's in a prone position, giving fire support with his Bren gun. I don't think there's any cleanup required on that. Maybe a little bit of filing. Really faint mould line. Yeah, but really nice figure. Or nice figures. A couple of these riflemen have got these air vent type things from the moulding process. Easy enough to just snip that off, give it a file. A 2-second job really. There's 2 of these guys. I thought they were the same at first, but they are actually both different as well. Yeah, they'll clean up in no time. And again, all these figures in this pack are all different. And there's the NCO there with his submachine gun. Quite like the shovel that's on his pack, or sort of slotted behind his pack, behind his head. Yeah. So again, 10 figures, all different. The next section are, which ones are these? These are the advancing section. And you can buy these in squad packs, which is quite handy. So you can just add squads as and when you need them. once you've painted them up, you can get more, is what I mean to say. There's an advancing guy just mooching along with his rifle slung over his shoulder. Again, not much clean up on there. There's a Bren gunner. There's a Bren gunner. There's a Bren gunner just advancing along with it. Yeah. Just a couple more. That guy there. Yeah, I think they're really nice figures. Yeah. So again, another 10 figures that are all different. There's none of the figures are actually reproduced in these packs, which is really good. It's not something I was expecting. Normally you get maybe 2 or 3 different poses, and it's just you get them repeated in the same pack. But these are all different. This one is the section that's assaulting, so slightly more animated poses. This guy's running with his head down. It's pretty cool. There's a Bren gunner firing it from the hip. It's pretty good. There's a guy with a grenade. There he is. Yeah, there's a guy there chucking a grenade, which is pretty good. Yeah. So again, another 10 figures there that are all different, and none of them are the same again. So far I've got 40 figures that are all completely unique sculpts out of these packs. I'm really quite impressed. So that's the basic rifle platoon, and then moving on to a little bit of support. What I've got is the Vickers machine guns, and in the pack you get 2 separate Vickers machine guns, and then you get 2 separate gunners. One of them, he's not on a base, he's kind of sitting down, so you can just sit him on a little tuft or something, and he's sat there behind his gun. It's pretty good. And the other gunner, he's kind of kneeling up. He is on like a little base. So again, even the machine gun guys are different. Again, in these packs, all the figures are different. So even the guys with the belts of ammunition are slightly different poses. Ammunition carriers are all different. Guy there carrying an ammo tin. Another guy here, he's got one slung over his shoulder and one in his hand. Another one there. He's got one in that hand and another tin in that hand. His rifle sort of underneath his arm. Getting himself tangled up in his kit probably. Yeah. Another one that's different. Another one. Another one. So there's enough there for 2 Vickers machine gun teams and a separate loader team, which you can have in battle group. I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar enough with the rules yet, but you can buy separate loader teams with 3 men to attach to your gun. So there's enough there to make one of those as well. Again, all the figures are different. Moving on, we've got some mortars. The mortars come in 2 parts, so you get the front bipod leg. It needs a bit of cleaning up. These really small, fine parts. You need to be quite careful when you're cleaning them up, not to break them. Yeah, just a little bit of sharp craft knife, and yeah. So the mortar itself, it comes in 2 parts. So you've got the actual mortar tube there, and the bipod. You just attach them together like that. You get 2 of those in the pack. Where's that other one? There it is. You get 2 mortars. Just try and zoom in on that slightly. Apologise for the light again. And you get 10 crew figures there as well. So you got enough in there for 2 mortar teams with 3-man crews, and then enough spare crewmen then to add separate crew teams that you can add in battle group. So again, another good value pack. The last thing I got then was 2 Dingo Scout cars. The photographs on the website don't really do these justice, just how detailed they are and how finely cast they are as well. There's a few mould lines, but nothing again that you won't be able to get off with a craft knife, and a bit of filing, as you always have to anyway with miniatures. So you've got the two crewmen in there. Sorry about the light. I'm trying to. There's two crewmen sat in there with berries on. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really nice little model. There's a couple of these little vent type things, from the casting process, but again, they'll just come off dead easy. Nice and solid. No fiddly wheels to stick together or anything like that. So I really like them. I think they're really good. So yeah, that's everything I've got from Skytrex. And that's enough to get me started in battle group. So I'm going to be collecting the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division in Normandy, and a platoon's worth there with a bit of support, and obviously the recce support as well with the two dingoes, and that's enough to get me going. I think I'll get these painted, hopefully have a couple of games with them, and then I'll think about what I'm going to add next. Probably be some an anti-tank gun, maybe a couple of Bren carriers, and moving on to a bit of armour as well. There you go. I hope you found that useful. Skytrex, if you're looking for something slightly different, I'd recommend giving them a look. Well worth having a look at. Some really useful figures in there, and bear in mind all these figures are different, so there's 50 figures there, and they're all different sculpts. I'm really impressed with them. I think they fit in quite nicely with Classic Soldier Company figures. They are quite slight, quite not small, but quite realistically proportioned. But with the Battlefront figures, you might struggle slightly because the Battlefront figures tend to be slightly bigger and a bit chunkier. But again, I think they'll be alright because people are all different sizes anyway, aren't they? Hope you found that useful, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.